Hi everybody, my name is Tim Revell, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Lab 7 and Lab 15. I don't know about you, but I'm very glad the semester's almost over. It's been a rough one. I've been teaching for 21 years at Mount SAC, and this is easily one of the most challenging, by far, probably the most challenging semester I've ever had, and I'm sure everyone feels the same way. So my colleague and I, Karen Kakiba, are teaming up to go over Lab 7 and 15 with you today. And for this particular part that I want to talk about, I would like you to read, if you haven't already, Lab number 7, page 111, the second paragraph there, to understand a little bit about the loss of biodiversity and some of the challenges we face. And then second, if you've not already done this, I've put a link up to the Wildlife Sanctuary website, which is something that I worked on with a wonderful friend of mine, Jeffrey George, in IT, and have a look at that and get an idea of some of the plants and animals and the habitats that are illustrated there, so that you can understand what we're talking about next. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to show you a couple of clips. So here is species number 1, and you can jot down some notes if you want, or you can just look at it and sort of follow along for now. And then this is species number 2. And what I ultimately am going to want you to do is to try to look at these animals here and try to take a guess at what they are. And if you use the basic sort of taxonomy idea that you used on King Out Plants, you should be able to look at some of these and say, oh, maybe that's an insect, or that's a reptile, or maybe that's a bird. And then using my website that I put the link up for, go through and see if you can figure out what these are. Here's species number 3, for example. See if you can sort of think about the characteristics that you're seeing and then use that as a guide. And then here's species 4. Go through and see if you can figure out what you're looking at there. And then here's the last one, species 5. So again, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to give you one more look at the same animal that I showed you. And you can pause the video here, or you can go back if you want to see them in a bigger field of view. But pause the video here and write down a list of the 5 species. And I'm not going to tell you what they are, because you would just simply not even try, right? I was a student too one time, so I kind of know how it works. So I'm going to email your instructor the answers for those, and I know that I'm going to put some of those on my quiz so that you'll have to know them, but I don't know what your instructor will do. But I'll email your instructor the list of the answers so they have those. Okay? Now, the other thing that I did, I was on campus on March 28th. We, as you know, campus closed down due to the COVID-19 pandemic sometime in mid-March. I don't remember the exact date now, but the faculty were given special permission every now and then to go on campus, and I needed to go on campus to get some video for plants that I was doing for another class. And I just happened to think, you know what, it would be a good idea, just in case we don't go back to class, I think I'll take some data on the animals I'm seeing today. So as I went around campus taking my plant pictures and videos, I spent about 1 hour on the developed campus and about 1 hour within the sanctuary. And I noticed I spelled sanctuary wrong there, so I'll see if I can fix that for you. My fault. Sorry about that. And anyway, so I kept a list of kind of what I saw, the birds and the other animals that I saw. And so what you'll see here is you'll see the numbers of animals of what I saw. And you can use this data that I took on March 28th to fill out page 122 and then page 122 122 through 124. Then you can use that data to fill out page 125. Now, there's a little bit of a trick here I need to point out. Let's say you look at the song sparrow that you see on the list there. So I saw 4 song sparrows on the developed campus and 1 American crow. Those count, if you're counting the individuals, song sparrow, I saw 4 of those. American crow, I saw 1. But when you're doing the graph on page 125, you're supposed to be plotting the number of species. So if I counted the total, I see that on the developed campus, I see 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different individuals. But you're supposed to make your graph on the number of species. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think is what I count there in terms of total species. So there are 2 ways, and actually several ways you can manipulate it after that to figure out kind of what you're looking at. So in this particular case, we're counting individuals, which is one kind of measurement, but we're also counting number of species. And the graph that you make on page 125 should be a list of the number of species. Now, when you're done, not only today, for my part, should you be able to answer what those animals are that I showed you in the video, the short video of, and you should not only be able to answer the questions about where there was more diversity on the developed campus or the wildlife sanctuary, but I'm also going to give you some questions based on the introduction video that introduced you to our wildlife sanctuary. So here's some questions that I'm going to ask my students on my quiz and on my exam and so forth. So if you watch the video and you can't remember the answers to these, I suggest you go back and make sure you have the answers. Once again, I will email your instructor the answers, but I'm not going to just provide them here because I want you to be able to look them up. Okay? I hope everyone's having a great day, and I will talk with you soon. We're almost to the end. Yay! Hope everyone's healthy. Talk to you later.